Alright, give me my screen back. There we go. Well, hello, Machine Shop Math, Machining 1343. This is the second video for Fall 25, 100% online course. This is going to be the walk through D2L. So follow this video very, very carefully. Alright, here's the login. So we log into my Lone Star. Go up here to LSC Online. Your screen's probably going to look different than mine. Go to Brightspace. There are several ways to get into this thing, but all right. So I've got all kinds of stuff, see, but yours will look different than mine. So every one of your courses. Now you'll notice that for Machine Shop Math, there's a Y001 and a Y002. The Y002 is theoretically the lab, but it's a workforce course, so they busted it up in lab and lecture. It's all one and the same for this one. It's 100% online. You'll notice it says inactive. Yes, inactive. Don't click on that. Nothing in there. All right, go click on the one that Y001 and it'll open up. There's your important dates. Course calendar. This should all look familiar from the syllabus. And let's see. So it's all there. Instructions for opting out of the Star Bundle, which is the Lone Star's Ponzi scheme to hose you students. Even though you don't require to have a book in this course, they're charging you $21 times 3 because it's a 3 credit hour course to pay for a book that you don't get. Go figure. You want to start a war over that? Start writing letters to the board of directors, the elected board officials. All right, enough of that. I'm probably going to get in trouble when they find out that I've said something blasphemous against the system. All right, so let's go look and see how this is laid out. Course management, you're probably not going to have that as a student. I have it because there's all kinds of academically management stuff I got to do. Okay. The simple syllabus people told us that somehow the syllabus is going to automatically pop up for you some way in here. I don't know. All right. Course materials. All right. This is that academia stuff. We're going to get out of that. All right. Because there's no book required for this course. Content. This is the important stuff. Content. Okay, table of contents. If you click on this table of contents right there, it puts all of these in line. See, D2L video list, syllabus, blah, 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 blah. So let's go over here and click on the syllabus, and this should be the syllabus. Now this is in PDF, so you can open it. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Or you can download it to a thumb drive. Let's go back over here to content. You can do this. Okay. Download. You can download everything I put up here. I don't think you're going to have a delete the topic thing. I do because I'm a manager. Okay. Anyway, yours will be a little different, but you should be able to download this thing into a thumb drive. And I would, that way you're not having to rely on a internet link or D2L or any other Lone Star silliness to make this work. All right, here's the D2L video list. Now, this video list is from the last time I taught this course. Okay, probably from the fall. Yeah, fall 24. Wasn't the last time I taught it. I teach it in the fall and the spring. All right. So this is a PDF. When I finish all the videos, the syllabus video is uploading right now into YouTube. When I finish this one, I'll upload it to YouTube. And when I get that link, then this will be a machining 1343 fall 25 online videos, okay, with the date that it was done. All right. Now, you click on it, opens up, and it's self-evident. Before you start the course, watch the following in order. That means 1, 2, 2.5, 3, 4, okay? And then week 1 videos, okay? Week 1 videos. Read the directions. The following 7 math video links will serve as your week 1 lectures for now. When you open the links, this is from Khan Academy. I'm not going to redo how to add and subtract fractions. Khan Academy is really good. So if y'all have any problems, let me know. And this video 6, or video 4 actually. Let's see, this video 3, that's the Covey. And how to create a PDF of your required work is this video. All right. So this is a recap that I did. So you watch all these Khan videos, watch this video, and watch that one, and you should be good to go into the review for your exam 1. Okay? So you can watch this video, and this video leads you step by step through exam 1. So this is part 1 and part 2. All right. Week 3 videos, more about Euclid. Euclid wrote the book 13 Elements of Geometry in 350 BC while he taught math at the University of Alexandria. And Euclid had a saying, the laws of nature are but the mathematical thoughts of God. And I don't care what you think about God or whether you think God exists or not. You will at some point in time. But that's neither here nor there. All right. So you weren't considered educated unless you could recite Euclid's postulates. And I have an 18-something translation, Greek on one side, English on the other, of Euclid. Abraham Lincoln was a master of Euclid. He quit doing law until he could go master Euclid because he knew he could argue the law better if he understood Euclid. And then here's one by Khan. This is another Khan video on Euclid. And René Descartes, okay, who was a contemporary of Galileo, younger. And he's somewhat stated as the father of modern mathematics and philosophy. Cogito ergo sum. It's a philosophical statement that was made in Latin by René Descartes, usually translated into English, I think, therefore I am. But more exactly in the Latin, it means I think, therefore I am alive. Okay. Now, the phrase originally appeared in France, in français, as je pense donc je suis. Boy, doesn't that sound hoity-toity. Okay. Here's a video on how bolts are made. Portland Bolt Company. And then Joe Paisneski has probably forgotten more about machining than I will ever learn. But he has a really cool channel. And I was threading upside down and backhand threading a long time before I saw his video. This is a really cool way to do manual threads on a machine. Watch it. It's cool. You'll learn something. All right. There's a video on angles, shapes, circles, and triangles, and threads, etc., etc., etc. That was week 3. This is to prepare you for exam 2. Okay? All right. All right. So, and so forth and so on, all the way down to the week 7 video, which is the final review. And if you follow the bouncing ball, do exactly what I say, you're going to be fine. Exam 4 is nothing but a repetitive set of calculations. So you can do exam 4 early. And I would get on this stuff because you don't have time to fall behind. All right, enough of that. Now, let's go back up to the top. Go to content. Here's Covey. Yeah, nasty freaking Covey papers. It's not an English class. Oh, boo-hoo-hoo. That's the book, okay? Let's go over here to page 31. Part 2. Yeah, page 31. That's where the habit starts. You go straight to page 31 and habit 1. Be productive. Watch the Covey video. Principles of personal visio. Okay, the social mirror. You just hit the highlights of this stuff between stimulus and response. And again, I don't want a hate mail email from any of y'all about getting all your knickers in a knot over having to do this. All right, so that's Covey. It's up there. You can't print these pages. It's locked out. But you can read it. And if you're having trouble reading this stuff in English, Covey's written in every language known to man, even Martian, I think. All right? Okay. All right, so there's Covey. Reference materials. There's 3 documents and reference materials. Starrett rules, Euclid's elements, and the master formulas. This master formula you are going to need for this entire course. I promise you, hint, hint. Download it. Now, I don't care what you do with Euclid. I put it up here because some people, they want to read it. Well, you can open Euclid. Let's open it up. I'll show you what it looks like. Euclid's Elements of Geometry. The Greek text of J.L. Heidelberg, 1883 to 1885. It's probably why he died, huh? In 1885. He had to go through and translate all this stuff. Okay? All right. Heron was another guy, but he was in the 60 AD to 70 AD at University of Alexandria, and he was a cool dude too. You got some formulas, Heron's formulas, about doing an area of a triangle with just the sides, a non-right triangle. Heron made the first jet steam engine. Believe it or not, it's called the Aeolifile, and they thought it was a toy. He harnessed wind power to compress air. This was in like 60 AD, man. And used hydraulics to open the doors of the temple. And people would think the gods were opening the door. And, you know, Heron was just sitting back there like the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain pulling levers and stuff. All right. So, see? It's Greek on this side, and it's English on this side. Yeah, it's all Greek to me. Ha ha, funny joke. Yeah. All right, let's move on. Okay, enough of Euclid. I'm a geek. What can I say? And I'm not going to apologize for it. All right. But the important thing is this master formulas deal. Okay, it's 22 pages. This is everything you're going to need formula-wise. I put this together from many different texts, OER stuff offline. Here's about all the triangles. Okay. You'll need this list of shapes. What is that? Okay. It's a polygon. Poly meaning many, gon meaning side, hexagon, hexa meaning 6 in Greek, and gon meaning side. All right. Oh, and then the octagon for you MMA fighters. All right. Okay. So, let's see here. An octatetrahedron, 3-dimensional shapes. Pyramid. Frustum of a cone. You'll be doing frustum calculations. Yes, Foostrum is something that you would think your mama would slap you at the dinner table for saying Foostrum. So, it's a truncated cone. Triangles, all this is in the videos. And the Mac Daddy ball triangles, the right triangle. Okay, what page is this? 10. Okay. Unit circle. Yeah, we had to get beat up by the evil math dumb when I was in engineering school, right? We had to do the unit circle for trig and stuff. Woo, nasty, nasty. Okay. This is with radians, if you're going to do radians, like a Milrad scope, okay, as opposed to a minute of angle reticle. All right, common circular protractor, principles of plane geometry. These are the rules of the road, okay? If two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, the corresponding angles are equal. Whoa! It sounds like the Scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz, doesn't it? Yes, except the Scarecrow, when he got his degree of thinkology from the wizard, he tried to do Pythagorean's theorem, and he screwed it up in the movie. They did that on purpose. All right, formulas for the area of plane figures. We'll go through all this in the videos. Here's Heron's formula. Okay. Formulas for volumes and solid figures. Da-da-da. Trigonometry. This is the normal trig stuff. Sine of the angle, opposite side, hypotenuse, A and C. You know, I always go opposite and hypotenuse. Okay. I don't like the A, B, C because you may not name them. My triangle may not be named A, B, and C. Although traditionally the hippopotamus is C and the opposite side of this angle is A, blah, blah, blah. But I always just do opposite, adjacent, or the hypotenuse. Law of sines, law of cosines, trigonometry expanded, okay? AKA Uncle Mikey's Trigs for Poets. I did this for y'all, okay? Watch the video, okay? In other words, if you're stuck using the sine function and you've got, that means you got an angle, opposite, and hypotenuse, right? You're dealing with the opposite, an angle, and the hypotenuse. Well, if you want to know what the sine of that angle is, that's the formula. If you're trying to solve for the opposite side, you use this, sine of the angle times the hippopotamus. Or if you're trying to find the hippopotamus, the hypotenuse, then that's the formula you use. See that equal sign? That's algebra, but don't tell anybody. Okay. But it is. All right. And so how did I do it? I just rearranged it because stuff over here, it's got to be over here. Watch the videos. You'll have a whole different appreciation of applied mathematics, or what I call, as a working engineer and machinist, real math. All right. All right, and the same for tangent and cosine. All right. Law of cosines, given three sides, blah, blah, blah. Tapers, you'll be working out some tapers. And I algebraically did all this for you. And yes, this came out of the blueprint book. Okay. And you'll round the numbers in this course the way I tell you to in the video. I don't care what they told you in blueprint reading. That was for drawing purposes, not for engineering and manufacturing purposes. If we're going to hold the 5 decimal places, you look at the 6th decimal place. If it's a 5, you round the 5th up. If it's less than a 5, you can ignore it. You don't have to round the 5th decimal place. Watch the videos. And one student thought he was smarter than me. After we had our little conversation via email, he decided to do it Mikey's way. All right. All right. Here's speeds and feeds. Again, I have algebraically rearranged all this stuff for y'all so you don't have to stop in the middle of everything and then try to remember, how do I do this? Okay. All right, nice guy. And here's the Z depth, okay? The Z depth, all right? For a drill point angle, how much more depth do I need if I want a full diameter hole, okay? I don't want any pokey-doos down there. If I want a full diameter hole, I got to do this. It's in the video. You'll watch it. It's a part of your final exam. You can't just watch the bloody videos. I put this in there because I'm a geek. We don't have any calculations for that, but it's there if you want to do the key set. And these formulas are also in Machinist Handbook. Okay. Here is a blank template for doing the bolt circle coordinate, and you're going to have to figure that out. Watch the video. I lead you through it by the hand. So you can make plenty of copies of that, and that's your master formula sheet. So you now understand why I say that master formula sheet is extremely important to you. I would download that into a PDF and keep it close and dear to your heart on a thumb drive. What's this other one? Starrett Tool Rules. This is written by the Starrett Company. All right, for precision measuring. Anything you ever wanted to know on how to do precision measuring, it's all in here. Okay. It's a free PDF from Starrett. Okay. Here's a little history, all the different measuring tools. Okay. So, I think you get the idea. I put this stuff up there for a reason. Download this and carry it with you in your machining career. All right? Okay. All right, let's go back to content. Where'd we leave off at? Oh, yeah. Okay, so week 1, what's in week 1? Week 1, it's just recommended. These are PDF copies of chapters 1 through 13 from the old textbook that we used to require. This is optional. You can ignore reading this if you want. Watch those con videos and watch my videos and you'll be fine. Okay? All right. Week 2 has got 3 things in it. All right. Week 2 has got, again, units 14 through 23 from the old textbook. That's optional. It's not required. You can ignore that if you want. This you don't ignore. This is exam 1. Those are the notes. That's what the notes look like for exam 1. It goes with the video. See, and I left my little mistake there. All right, I got my decimal in the wrong spot. Okay, so it's really 0.06666666, what my ex-wife thinks tattooed on the back of my head. Okay, all right. See, that's the main deal, and this is how you do it. Watch the videos and follow it step by step. Your written work will look like this, and I better be able to read it. Okay, all right. So let's go over and see what the exam looks like. Okay. And all your fractional answers had better give me a decimal equivalent. In other words, you divide 28 by 9 and you give me a decimal equivalent. Because you may attack this with another common denominator that I didn't use. If I have to convert your fractional answer to a decimal equivalent, I'm going to take points off. Understood? PEMDAS, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay? It's all in the video. All in the video. Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Watch the video very carefully about these gears and pulleys. Some people get it right. Some people can't get their head around it at all. And there's a taper. How much is in the workpiece? Follow the video. It walks you through this step by freaking step. Step by step. Okay? Now let's go look and see what the exam looks like. All right, go back to content. This is what the exam looks like. Exam 1. Now you type your name in up here. And type in the answer, and just rock and roll. Okay? You can download this, work on it on your computer. All right? But if you send me a bunch of crap that I can't read, I'm not going to even try to grade it. You're going to get a 0. All right? Okay. All right. And the pulleys and the gears and da-da-da. See, there are no surprises, no I got yous. We went through every formula. We went through every problem that's on the exam in the review. Step by step. Okay? All right. See down here at the bottom, you can even download the thing. Okay. All right. And that's what I would do. Okay, let's go back to the top. Oh yeah, you in the first row that's got your hand up. What's the deal? Oh, this is an online course, isn't it? There is nobody. It must be my imaginary friend. Okay, that's fine. All right, content. Yeah, it was another bad attempt at levity. I know. I'm not riding ahead, boys and girls. Okay. All right, week 3. Week 3. Case of the donut hole. You need to read that PDF. Okay. The mysterious case of the donut hole. Identifying screw threads. Threading lecture 1. Exam 2 notes and review. And exam 2. And guess what the notes look like? Just handwritten stuff, right? Okay. Again, that's the case of the donut hole. The mysterious case of the donut hole. Brought to you by Dr. Demento in partnership with the Dr. Strangelove Institute for Real and Positive Thinking. Now, these are donut spheres or balls. That's not a hole. Yeah, they lie. Yeah, That little thing in the middle, that's a hole. All right, you read that. It's attached to the review video, and we'll move on from there. Okay. Week 4. What's in week 4? Whoa, there's nothing there. Did we forget something? No. Week 4 is to prepare you for what's coming up in week 5, which is exam 3, which is a Mac Daddy of an exam. It's got many videos that walk you through the review notes. Okay? Don't diddle around. Exam 3 is tough for some folks. It's got a lot of moving parts. Exam 2, some people just can't get the pulleys and gears right. Okay, so what's week 3? Well, week 6. Week 6. Okay, well, let's just look at the exam 4. See? You use the same formula for everything in here. You use a different formula for there. Watch the video. It's just a big old nasty repetitive homework assignment. Da-da-da-da-da. Okay? Do exactly what I tell you in the video, and you can ignore this. Okay? Again, if I can't read your calculations, you're not going to get any credit at all. Okay? Exam 4 is real. I mean, that's basically a give me. There should be no reason for you not to make an A on exam 4. Now, let's go look at the scary man under the bed. That nasty old final. Again, the final exam is the test out exam for this course, system wide. Okay? So, here's the review. This is the review. Here's the review. This is final review B. I've got 3 versions of this puppy. Okay? All right. Okay, so you start out with a blank one. You can print this out, follow the video, do all your calculations along with the video. And I am such a nice guy. I gave you all the bloody answers for the review on the review sheet. Now, a word of warning. The final exam has got different dimensions. And if you take the answers off of the review and plug them into the final, you're not going to have a happy experience. Okay? You won't. You just won't. So don't do that. Okay? There it is. Follow the videos and you'll be fine. Okay? There we go. We'll walk you right through this stuff. Isn't that cool? Yeah. All right, so let's go look at the final. Let's go look at what the final exam looks like. See how many courses actually do this for you people, right? Okay. Here's the final exam. It's similar, but it's different. There you go. I told you there are no surprises. You will have seen all of this in video and in writing before you even get to the exam. Okay? Now remember, you only got 7 weeks and 2 days to knock this course out. All right, let's go back to content. Okay, and that's it. That's it for the content. Let's go over and look at the grades. Now, theoretically, everybody who's signed up for this class and hadn't dropped it or been dropped, here's your grades. And you, as a student, will be able to track your progress and see how you're doing and stuff like that. Now, again, if you're going to miss an assignment, I need to know beforehand. And we will have a conversation, you and I, and we'll work something out. All right. Let's go back. Go back to one other thing. Some of your courses you may have, like activities where you have discussion groups and stuff like that. We don't have any of that in here. Your activities is your stuff. So, collaboration. This is a class list, and I can tell when you've logged into D2L and when you haven't. And again, a word of warning. There are some of you that are still listed as needing D2L orientation. I have sent you an email early on, in the early part of August, and you need to go get that, because on the ODR day, if you're still listed as needing orientation, then I'm going to drop you from the class. All right, that's enough of that. That is enough of that. All right. And if you're having trouble, you can always click on your VTAC support. All right. So, all right. And that's it. All right. How long did I prattle on for this thing? Oh my goodness. 33 minutes and 30 seconds. Wow. Okay. Well, that's good. All right. So, there should be everything you've got is in D2L, and there's nothing keeping you from working ahead on either the Covey papers or the exams, or both. All right, and our goal is to get you successful. I want you to master these skill sets and moving along. I'm a retired engineer. I've had 30-something years as an engineer. I had my own forensic engineering company on the side while I was a cop doing forensic engineering as a police officer for Harris County. I've got my own machine shop, welding shop. I compete in bench rest, rifle competition, and 1,000-yard prone, where I got to hold a 2.5-inch circle at 1,000 yards, no matter what the wind conditions are. I do my own rifle smithing work. And I've even invented my own special long-range cartridge. So, enough of that. I think I am perfectly capable of helping you through this. Any questions, send them to me in an email. All right, until the next time. All right, bye-bye.